All right. So I got a couple of things that I've got to go ahead and go over here. Apparently, because people are still fucking sitting there saying it's a good idea, and I think you are fucking retarded. You need to be locked away in a mental institution until you fucking realize that you are not the only human being out there, and that your decisions, sitting there and going and saying that they must do what you fucking tell them to do, is wrong. So, without further ado, let's talk about California's ammunition sales policy, where you have to pass a background check every time you go and purchase ammunition for whatever gun. Now, let's remember, I left California for good fucking reason. Them cocksuckers decided one time that they were going to do a 3-month-long fucking background check on me. I sat there for 3 fucking months waiting for my background check to come back and tell me that I could buy a gun. The actual gun I was going to buy, gone. Background check comes back. Hey, yeah, Mr. Price, you can actually purchase this gun. Well, too fucking late, assholes. Useless cocksuckers. Yeah, I passed a background check when I was younger. Never since then have I even tried to. Because I learned my lesson then. All it takes is one fucking number, one letter fudged on one of those background check forms on the 4473. And then for the next however long in your life, you can't get another background check to pass. Even though it's not your fault. It takes one mistake. And so you want me to sit there and be like, well, I'm putting my fucking life, the future of my life, in your hands to do a piece of paperwork that might take months to tell me that I can exercise an inalienable right. Do you see the fuckery here? Now, imagine that every time you have to buy a box of ammo. And I'm not talking about ammunition that's for a firearm, by the way. Don't know if you knew this. That's why it takes so fucking long for me to get my ammo. Fuck you, California. Seriously. What the hell? Airgun bullets. Lead for fucking black powder guns. If I have to ship it from California, because I was formerly a resident of that fucking state, they still fucking run a background check on me every time. If you're not a fucking resident of California, then you can actually purchase fucking ammunition in California without a fucking background check. Go figure. These people are chuckle fucks. Let's be clear. There's no sense. None. No sense in their system. But they want us to capitulate to it. It's like, well, if I went and I jumped off a bridge, people would think I was suicidal. Right? There's sense and logic to that reasoning. They're not going to go and jump off the bridge to follow me. Right? I would hope to God not. So the whole point remains, are you retarded? Or do you have a rock of sense about you? Do you have the sense that God gave a gravel driveway? Because I'm going to point out some of that to you. That law has not stopped a single fucking thing in the state of California, and it's been in the books for years now. Don't know if you knew this. It's been on the books for years. It doesn't mean that that was enforced, funny enough. Yeah, you heard me right. It doesn't mean it was enforced. It's nowadays being enforced. Do you understand why I fucking hate these people? At all? Do you understand why I left? Because the last time I checked, your vote doesn't mean dick squizzles. So at the end of the day, the only option I have is to speak about it so that other people can hear about it, so other people get interested in it and figure out for themselves, hey, this is the fucking slope that he was talking about back in 2011 when he started his fucking channel. This is the fucking slippery slope he was talking about back in 2016 when all that shit went down. This is the slippery slope. This is the shit show. This is the war that he was talking about in his first fucking video. You're welcome. So now, if you would like to actually go and do something about it, nobody is going to sit there and give you permission. Nobody's going to tell you it's the right thing to do. Because they like the control that they have. But it's the right thing to do. I'm sorry folks don't get this. I'm sorry it's such a mind-boggling proposition as to why I would go so far as to says, well, fuck all of you. I'm going to go and fucking reload my own ammo and buy my own guns from, a reputable source where I don't have to import them. I don't have to pass any special checks or anything like that. I don't have to do any of this goddamn hoopla so that I can literally defend my own life, go hunting for my own foods, and enjoy something that was me and my dad's favorite pastime. Funny enough, it's shooting sports. Yeah, shooting sports. Go and shoot a paper pie plate 75 yards with an air gun. That was our favorite pastime, was to go and just blow off a bunch of rounds. That and duck hunting. So, you sit there and you say, well, but this stops criminals. No, the fuck it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Since when has the Nixxed background check stopped criminals from doing anything except feeling less responsible for the firearms they carry? You see, if you have to pass a background check in order to get a firearm and you can't purchase a firearm because you have to pass that background check, then you're going to go purchase a firearm from somewhere else. It's just basic logic, basic reasoning. This is how criminals think. Basics. So if you can't buy it from the gun store, then we're going to go and buy it from someone else. It's probably going to be stolen, so I can't keep a hold on it very long. But that doesn't matter because now it's not in my name. I'm not responsible for any of the bullets that come out of that fucking gun. The person who owned it before me is. So now I don't have to worry about my name being on that gun. Do you see where this is going? A criminal is not going to give a fuck about responsibility when it comes down to a firearm. And the reason being is that they are not attached to that firearm. The Nixxed background check makes it difficult for someone to purchase a firearm in their own name, which means they are less likely to feel responsible for that gun because it's not in their name. They have no attachment to it. There's nothing there stopping them from utilizing that thing as a freaking long-range hole punch for criminal activities. You know what stops me from going and doing such? That gun is in my name. Plain and simple. Regardless of background check. That gun is in my name. Do you see now why I say the Nixxed background check does the exact opposite of what it was designed to do? And the reason being is that a criminal is not going to pass a background check. They know they're not going to pass it, and so they go and they purchase a gun that has been stolen, meaning that somebody else passed the background check for them. And you think that this shit is going to change with more background checks? You must be retarded. I mean, I put it this a ways. When I was a kid, we didn't have to pass a background check for bubblegum. But we weren't allowed to chew bubblegum in class. Did that stop anybody from chewing bubblegum in class? No. After being caught, they'd check our pockets. So we started sneaking it in our armpits, under our hats, behind our ears. Seriously. Nothing will stop somebody who is criminally minded. Nothing. So playing this game of saying, well, you need to pass this check and that check and this check and get this permission slip is fundamentally flawed. Now, I already proved this to California, to the state of California, in a court of law, by the way. It is fundamentally flawed. The Nixxed background check cannot stop crime, cannot reduce crime. In fact, it perpetuates it. It makes it more likely, it makes it worse, and it makes it happen more often. The worst part is that for those law-abiding individuals, which I think that's retarded, but hear me out. For those law-abiding individuals who won't go get a gun because the background check is so tedious and so expensive and so idiotic in the first place that it makes more sense to just go unarmed than to actually go through the background check. Those individuals become victims. And the people who made them into victims are not the criminals. And if you need me to walk you through that, you are a real dumbass. The people who were made into victims were made so by the state, by the country, and by the NFA. I'm not saying anything that's untrue. I'm not saying anything out of the fucking the realm of reality. This is truth. This is real. This is my own fucking experience. This is the reason why I don't go and buy modern firearms, no matter fucking what. Yes, I could pass a background check today. The difference is is I refuse to, because it's an insult to an American. Anybody who stands on logic, reason, and common sense realizes that the background check is the worst thing that you could do to try and stop a criminal. Because the criminal is all about logic and reason and basics. Psychological warfare is the only fucking thing that works on them. Playing this goddamn bullshit ass game of, well, you need to follow the rules and you need to follow this and that and the other and that'll tell us who's this and that, doesn't fucking work. We've seen it not work. We've watched it not work. I have family members who are in the fucking grave because it didn't work. So you want to sit there and tell me that the fucking Nixxed background check is a good idea? The GCA, the NFA, all of that bullshit, fuck off. All of it. It is pointless, worthless, and actually counterproductive. Pardon my Texas hanky. Reality of it is, those of you who continue on this level of the background check or the NFA or any of these gun control laws are even legal, are granting power to the idiots who so-called represent you. Because you won't represent yourselves. And it's become a problem across this nation. These are the reasons why I handle myself so. It has nothing to do with whether or not I pass a fucking background check. Let's be clear, if I went and I did a background check, everybody in the fucking god and country would know exactly who the fuck I is. It's not rocket science. I'm the nutty bastard who, honestly enough, doesn't look for a fight, but finishes every single one he's ever been in. I'm the nutty bastard who will ride 15 fucking miles to go fishing on a bicycle. I'm the nutty bastard who lived in fucking South Central goddamn Los Angeles with a complexion like mine and a big old fucking nose. And a beard. It must be a white man. No. But you wouldn't know that by looking at me. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. The background check is worthless. It doesn't do anything to hinder or stop a criminal. Because a crime starts here. Do you gather what I'm saying now? Do you understand now why I say you're not stopping crime? You're making it more so. Drop all these fucking gun control laws. Go back to the previous, before 1964, 1969, whichever. Go back previous to all that. Go back previous to 1929. As far as gun laws are concerned. There are a handful. And it's specifically on where you may or may not carry. Specifically pertaining to jailhouses, courthouses, and the freaking civic center, as in the actual place where everybody goes to go and town center sort of thing where you go and you pay your taxes and whatnot. You're not allowed to carry a gun there. Those are the three kind of gun laws that people were like, oh, okay. And even I think that's fucking retarded. Anywhere where there is not a deterrence, there is going to be a possibility. If there's no deterrence to crime, there's a possibility for crime. Do you see now? If you still don't see, then I can't help you, because I've been trying for decades to try and get people to understand you are your only savior. You're the only person coming to your rescue. You are the only person who can stop a bad person trying to hurt you. Other people are going to stop and stare and look at them, maybe call the cops. But the reality of it is, those cops could be up to 30 fucking minutes away. I don't know if you noticed this, but 30 minutes is a long fucking time. The commission of a crime takes, most often, less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. In fact, most crimes are over and done within 30 seconds. The cops aren't going to show up in that amount of time. They can't. It is a physical impossibility. Unless that cop is standing right fuck behind you. It is a physical impossibility. They can't phase through the ether and be there. It doesn't work like that. Sorry, but physics states that that's impossible to do. You don't vibrate at the right frequency to do that. So you can't phase through reality. Otherwise, bullets would have no fucking point. So again, since it's a physical impossibility for the police to be there right now, that makes you the only one who can stop a crime happening to you. You are the only one. So, would you rather hit your 18th birthday or whatever, go out to the local gun store, purchase your first long gun, then a year later go out and on your birthday again, purchase your first pistol, while you're still young, while you still got the opportunity to go and do a lot of training and enjoy yourself and realize what a gun really is? Or would you rather have to go and pass a background check for that long gun, and have to pass a background check again for that handgun, and pass a background check again for the ammunition that you're buying for them, and then pass a background check again to be able to carry them in order to protect yourself, and possibly have one of those background checks go fucking sideways because some dick sneeze went and said, oh, well, instead of a 1, that looks like an I. Or that I looks like an L. This is my point. It takes one letter, one time. In the entirety of the whole freaking form, it takes one fuckery. And you will never be able to pass that check until you get it adjudicated in a court of law. What the hell? That is years of litigation to mitigate a singular mistake made by someone who doesn't even have any kind of control over your life. How retarded is that? That you'd be willing to let that all kind of just go and happen. And yet you think that you have justification to dictate to me what I may or may not do in my life. Are you beginning to see the hypocrisy? Because in this scenario, there are no winners. There are those who choose to live their own life. And then there are those who choose to go and take from those people. I am not one of those who will take from you. I am not one of those who will dictate to you what you may or may not do. I am one of those individuals who is going to tell you to get the fuck off my lawn. Plain and simple. It's entirely up to you. You can go and play these games of, I'm going to go and I'm going to run, all this toxic bullshit, and I'm going to play this game of moms against, guns or some shit. I don't even fucking know what that is. Honest. Because the last time I checked, you could be against it and it still happens. I mean, MAD, Moms Against Drunk Driving. How many DUIs per year? Think about it. Just fucking think about it. And has it stopped a fucking thing? Even one? I would argue no. As a matter of fact, I would argue it has caused more because of one simple rule. Fuck me, no fuck you. The psychology of all human beings. Fuck me, no fuck you. I will not be your peon. And there you go. If you need more than that as proof as to what an American really is, then you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Sorry. I'm losing my mind here with this fucking bullshit. Some asshole decides that, I'm going to go and I'm going to take away from you. And I'm never going to let you have again. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to destroy your life. And I'm going to make it so that you can never defend yourself. That kind of person right there is the person that I want nothing more to do with than to throw their ass at the bottom of a long fucking deep well. Because the reality of that situation is that person has only one goal in life. Tyranny. I don't want tyranny. I don't want the idea of somebody can dictate to you whatever the fuck you may or may not do in your life. I want you to be able to go out and discover for yourself what is good and what is not. What is right and what is wrong. I want you to be able to learn. Genuinely learn. Not be forced by twisting your arm and telling you, this is how it needs to be. Because that does not do anyone any good. So anyways, if y'all found this educational or interesting or perhaps even inspiring, I don't know, maybe share it with your friends. Considering that it's, it's not bullshit. This is logic and reason. And yes, I cuss quite a bit, so it's up to your discretion to do so. But, just trying to get the voice out there, the word out there to folks to point out the hypocrisy across the board, the destruction of who we are as Americans that is blatantly in our faces, and we're just allowing to happen. And when you says, oh, well, no, you're allowing it to happen because you're voting. No, fuckhead, you are forcing it to happen because you are voting. You don't see it because you don't realize how our country works. You think that you get a vote like a democracy. This is not a fucking democracy. It is a constitutional republic. Get with the program. Your vote doesn't mean dick. Your representatives does. And your representative doesn't give a shit about what you say. You're not voting your way out of this. So get with the fucking program. Start showing that you're an American and not one of these pansy asses that just follows the fucking bullshit. Because the reality of it is, the people around you suffer because of your wants and wishes. What you push on others. I won't be part of that. No matter how much you pressure me, no matter how much you say that you must be this way, I do not consent. Y'all have a nice day.